concentrated power of will, 10% pleasure, and 10% pain. And the 10% reason to remember the name.
And you could say 15%
or more.
By switching to Geico.
By
remembering the name. All right, I started recording. All right. Yeah. I'm Benji.
I'm Tristan.
And welcome back to the 50/50 podcast. We are finally doing the Vegas podcast.
Oh, fuck. Is that today?
Yes. I'm going to turn my mic down a little bit. I just fucking screamed into it. We are finally doing the Vegas podcast. We've been putting this off. The reason we've been putting this off is because...
Tristan is lazy.
No. It's not even that. It's just that we wanted... well, yeah, that too. But, like, we wanted to make sure that we had, like, thoughts at least somewhat organized.
Sure.
And we wanted to make sure that, like, our story was good.
We waited until our limited fan base had finally died off.
We waited until the quarantine really started so people would be forced to listen to our podcast.
Absolutely. Welcome back, the two of you that actually listen.
No, man, we get decent listens a day.
I don't think
we get a couple a day.
Oh, a couple a day.
A couple a day.
It's me. I listen to it.
I can listen to it constantly. Okay. Did you? I feel like you had something you just wanted to talk about.
Fuck you for scaring the shit out of me.
That's what it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Before we get into Vegas, we have one tiny little story that we have to talk about.
So the other day, I guess it was like a week ago or so, I come home. The house, the lights are all turned off for the most part.
And my car's gone. I just realized that.
Yeah, your car wasn't here. So I'm like, okay, so nobody's home. I'm here alone. Cool. I walk in through the living room. So I thought I was alone. Walk through the living room, perfectly fine. Turn on the light, whatever. Just walk through. I go straight towards the kitchen because I was either getting a bottle of water or I'm fat and wanted food. So I turn on the dining room light. Unbeknownst to me, Ben was waiting in the dining room for me up against the wall, wearing a very similar like colored outfit as the like stuff that was on the wall or on the ground.
The wall has a lot going on, so it'd be easy to miss something there anyway.
And so I didn't see Ben until I was about 6-7 inches away from you. Like I turned on the light and just walked, and it wasn't until you gave a half smile and almost laughed for a second at the fact that I hadn't seen you that I noticed you.
And
I've never shit myself faster. My God.
Dude, I can't. I wish that I could like take a picture of what your face looked and like hang it up so everywhere. It was just so perfect in the way that like I wanted to get a reaction.
I imagined I reacted was I thought that I was about to hit you, but in reality I kind of just threw my whole weight against you on the wall. So That's how that went.
Dude, oh my God, it was just so funny. You just look at me, you're like, holy shit. Like, oh my God, dude, it was so funny.
The worst I've ever been scared by anything in my life.
I think the reason I giggled too was because I was like sitting there, I was like, this went too far. This went a little too far.
And there's nothing you could do to stop at that point. Like, it's like the theory where like as soon as something starts falling, like it's gonna fall until it stops. Like because there's nothing. You couldn't have whispered anything or said anything to stop me. Like
to stop at least you being scared.
Yeah, there was nothing you could do.
I was like, I turned off all the lights and then I hid there and then I realized I was at the wall that like there's a lot going on. Like we have a dinosaur up against that wall and shit. When I started realizing this, I was like, this might be a little too far. That's when you opened the door and I was like, fuck, like this is it. Like I can't go back now. And then you turned on the light and I was like, this is gonna be scary for him.
Dude, here's the thing. Like, when I say there's nothing you could have done, if you had made a sound, it would have been a million times worse. Like, if you had been like, boom, like in my ear that close to me, shut it down.
Yeah, dude.
I would have set the whole house on fire.
See, that's why I didn't like grab you or anything.
I would have immediately started packing. There's no way.
Because usually I'll be like, ah, or something like that.
Yeah, right. You'll scare me. Like, you have developed this habit. Where if you're in another room and nobody knows you're in that room, you'll do everything in your power to scare them. To the point where tonight, just now, you can't even sit here and pretend like you weren't trying to scare me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know you don't run up the stairs.
No,
so,
of course I'm not going to run up the stairs. I'm sad as shit. Think I run for anything in my life?
That's why. But you know what? I don't just do it to you. I do it to everybody.
I have more of a chance of running for president than I do running for anything else.
Last time I ran anywhere, I pressed X. Gamer jokes.
It didn't land. Yeah. So you. Vegas.
Tuscany.
Oh my God.
That's the word I was talking about.
Yeah. So Ben thought Tuscany was in Arizona. Let's talk about that first.
Tuscany's not in Arizona.
No, it's Tucson.
Oh yeah, where's
Yeah,
Tuscany again?
I have no idea.
Is it a country?
Maybe.
That's why I dropped that.
I was gonna say, weren't you the one in the geography class?
Oh my god, I thought Tucson. That's definitely it.
Yes. But you kept saying Tuscany.
Yeah.
You kept saying Tuscany. I'm like, Ben, that's not what you're thinking.
When I was going through the Vegas memories, let me just give everybody some clarification. There was this inside joke, like when we were in Vegas, that like the entire time we thought we were in Tuscany / Tucson.
No. We did not think. You kept stating that we were in Tuscany.
But it was funny, and we both laughed at it.
We did laugh.
But like, so the video that maybe came across it or whatever is I filmed a video of the Strip, which we'll get to. And then I turned the camera on me, and I was like, this isn't Tuscany.
Yeah, I remember specifically one day you like scrolling through filters like after taking a picture, and you just be like, "That's so weird. Like I can't find it." I'm like, "Can't find what?" Like I let you get away with this, and you just went, "I can't find the Tuscany filter." I was like, "I hate you so much."
Oh yeah, one of the days we're in Vegas. Okay, so let's start with the actual story of Vegas. Right.
So we had that plan to go to Vegas for like months before, and technically we've had that idea for like years. It didn't come to fruition until like maybe 6 or 7 months before the trip.
Yeah, because you wanted to visit your dad. I was going to Italy, and I was like, "Fuck it, like I'll take 2 trips this year." And like
because relatively altogether it wasn't that expensive.
No,
both plane tickets and the hotels and everything, maybe $800, $900 total.
Yeah, true. And to be honest, like. Also, like, we always kind of wanted to go to Vegas. Like, when you lived there, we had kind of talked about me coming to visit. But I'm
like
so glad that
we
waited until we were after 21.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we would have gone before, I think it would have been a bust.
Yeah, one of my favorite trips I've ever taken in my life.
Because, like, people, like, I have some younger friends that are like, oh, yeah, like, I'd love to go to Vegas. And I hate being, like, that guy. But I'm like, just wait till you're 21.
Yeah, because, like, there's plenty of stuff you can do in Vegas without being 21. Plenty of stuff. But the majority of like the Vegas experience comes from being 21.
Plus, like I feel like the stuff you do would be like super expensive if you're not 21.
Right.
Like the skydiving,
You'd
the
also
shooting,
kind of have
and
to watch like people do things that you don't get to do, which I feel can make you feel restricted.
Exactly. So I'm like, it's honestly just like best to wait until you're 21.
Absolutely.
But anyway, the first day we're going to talk about a little prior to Vegas. We want to talk about the drive up there. So our friend Jordan and our friend Nick drove us up there. Jordan is the one who almost got us killed in the very, very first podcast.
Yeah.
And the drive up there, it was fun. I remember it being fun.
Yeah, it went by super fast.
Yeah, like for sure.
We were listening to really good music, and everyone's just having a good conversation.
Do you remember that like mile-long ray of motorcycles?
Oh my god!
That's the memory that came up because I was like sitting there.
Oh my god! So out of nowhere, as we're like driving there, like going the opposite direction was just motorcycles for like over a mile.
Yeah, it was insane.
Like
easily over 200 motorcycles.
Easily 200 different motorcycles. Like just whipping past and all that in a row with no cars in between or anything.
They weren't on the street though.
They weren't. No, they were on like a
side
dirt
road almost
type
yeah.
thing. Almost.
Yeah.
Obviously not dirt, but like
it was like almost like a sidewalk, like glorified sidewalk for the highway.
Pretty much.
But they were just miles long of them, and I was just sitting there like, where the fuck are they possibly going?
What happened?
But so after that we got up there, and I remember they had to drop us off. I think they wanted to come in.
Same thing as it was kind of like the same thing about when you dropped me off to go to Scotland. They just kind of were like, they wanted to chill with us, but they were like, we're just gonna drop you off.
That and we could only do that with the place that we went. They dropped us off. We got on the flight pretty relatively. I mean, we stayed for like an hour, but like.
Oh, did we get on the flight relatively quickly, or did one of us get fucking frisked?
Oh yeah.
Through security.
Why? Oh, I did put that on there.
Yeah. I got frisked through security.
Yeah.
This man fondled my balls.
Yeah. Okay.
He stuck his finger in my mouth. He grabbed my taint. He
asked
I thought it was
my
weird.
Number. I thought it was weird. It was in the bathroom.
Yeah, it was weird that it wasn't at the security. No, but I did legitimately get frisked, and it was
really because we went through the thing and they did the whole like beep 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 like checking the metal detector thing like, and I got it through
fine
like a minute maybe like 30 seconds or something like that, and I remember getting my shoes back on and stuff, and then like looking down at my phone and just like playing on my phone for a second, and like being like, and like 5 minutes had gone by, and I'm like, where's Tristan? And I turned around and this man is just all over you.
I think you turned around as he was cupping my balls because I saw the look on your face and I looked at you like, oh.
I was sitting there like, what do you think? Does he have a bomb? No.
I literally was wearing cargo shorts and a t-shirt. Like
you look like anybody going to the airport. Like.
But I mean, fair on their part, I guess, for the random searches and all that. It was The first time I've ever been frisked.
Yeah, dude. I was just literally just puts his hand up. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I'm just standing there like jumping jack position, like looking at Ben, like I don't know what happened.
Like
but
I got worried. I was like, "I'm not going."
Yeah,
I'm going on a plane with this guy.
I saw the
like,
look on your face as if like if you get stuck, I'm going. Like, I'll tell your dad I said hi.
yeah, I was like, Derek will pick me up.
So yeah, the flight was relatively fine. I had some.
We had a good experience on the way there because like there were 3-row seats and the other person in our row didn't show up. So we
Yeah.
basically got first class seats is the way I see it.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
But I had some flight anxiety. We talked in the last podcast about how
Yeah.
it was the last one. I don't remember, but I have some flight anxiety and all that. So taking off was rough. But like after we got up in the air and I started like getting comfortable with the window, I started looking out and being like, "This is sick."
yeah. And it's like, and to be honest though, and that's good because we rode on a very sketchy airline.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the plane was like falling
The plane,
apart.
yeah, like the plane rolled up, and I remember looking at it and then looking at you and being like, "Yo, are like the letters on the side of that thing falling off? Like, why is like the paint scratched off the plane?"
True, yeah. It was
How
like
does that happen?
it was very, very sketchy.
There might as well have been like graffiti on the side of this plane.
That would've
It
been
was
sick.
It was rough.
I would have been more comfortable.
But it was a cheap flight. So.
Yeah, cheap flight, and it just wasn't bad to be honest. We
we
got
had some
room.
turbulence towards the end.
We
Coming
had some
back-
mad turbulence
We did have some bad turbulence, but
right near the end. Because here's the thing, planes do drop.
Yeah.
like they're supposed to, but this plane dropped so
dropped a
aggressively.
lot. I think I looked at you and gave you the look of like, I fucking told you, man, you can't trust planes. Even though I'm the one that suggested we fly. So
Yeah, I mean, you were adamant about flying, to be
yeah,
honest.
I just didn't want to drive. I've made that drive before, even with someone. It's a long drive.
True, no, and I believe you, but because we're talking about going again, and some of the people I've talked to about wanting to go again really want to drive.
They can drive all they want. I'll fly.
Really?
Yep.
I might drive though to be lucky.
That's fine. I'll fly by myself.
Because I also want to do a road trip. You can also make some good memories on a road
That's
trip.
great. You guys make all the memories you want. I'm gonna sit my ass on a plane. I'd
Dude.
rather. That's how bad I hate that drive. The drive is so boring because you go through some states like towards the end once you start getting to like Utah, I guess. Like there's some scenery and all that, but like getting there is so bad.
True, but it's cheaper to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
Not by terribly much.
I mean, we spent what on the flight? $600 for both of us.
Closer to 500, but 550, something like that. So yeah.
I mean, we could drive down there for like $250.
Right.
Yeah, true.
But I can buy a plane ticket for myself for $250. So I know it would cost me less if we all pitched in for gas, but I'll just fly.
Yeah, I'll drive. I'll make the memories.
We'll see. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So you guys can drive or do whatever. Anyway, fuck that. Okay,
Yeah, we're talking about our
yeah,
fucking trip.
That's a future podcast after we go again. So we get there.
Oh yeah, we get
Get
there,
off the air.
and we find your parents super easy.
Yeah. They were like pretty much right down the escalator as soon as we got out.
Yeah.
Of the plane.
And then we got our bags super easy. Pretty smooth experience to be honest.
Yeah.
And
the
then,
airport was like super like quiet.
yeah, it was really low key.
Yeah, but we also got there on a. Oh, we got there on a Saturday.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, weird. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah, because we stayed there for like 6 days, 7 nights, or whatever like that.
So your parents pick us up and we drive through Vegas, and we drive right next to the strip.
Yeah, we did.
And we started looking at things, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like
I started pointing out some
that's
stuff
where
to
we're
you.
gonna stay." And I was like, "Dope." And I was like, I didn't see the strip at that point though.
Yeah, no, we weren't really driving next to the strip. We were more so driving near Fremont.
No, yeah, but we did drive.
We did
next to
see the strip
yeah.
and all that because the airport's right next to the strip. But the majority of what we were looking at and pointing out was Fremont.
Because after that we got to Fremont and we walked pretty up and down Fremont for a little bit, and
They helped us check in.
yeah, and we got I forgot about all
Yeah,
that stuff.
so my dad used to work at the casino that we stayed at on Fremont. So like dad was having good conversation with the people there and all that, and they did pretty well for us with a room and whatnot. Like it was a pretty decent room and all that.
yeah, I
Like,
liked it.
It was a nice room. Good spot because right outside our window was like that club and stuff. Like
Yeah.
the music was really loud at night, but like that
Yeah,
didn't-
but I figured it would be like
yeah, it
that.
was
Yeah,
like whatever. It's Vegas, so it's not like we needed to be in bed by like 10 p.m.
yeah, for sure.
I feel like there was 1 or 2 nights that we did do that. We went to bed relatively early. I went to bed relatively early.
I don't remember, to be honest.
But- Anyway, so we got there, checked in the room and all that, and then we did some exploring on Fremont.
and then
right?
we did some exploring on Fremont. and we saw the street performers. We saw some street performers. And I was like, damn, that's not the ones that we're thinking of though.
Right.
And
we
then
saw some pretty cool ones. That's the first time I played slots. I don't remember if you played at all.
yeah, but no, before that we went to that seafood
the restaurant.
place.
It was like
yeah.
kind of like almost like a surf and turf, but not fancy.
Yeah. It was like
Because like I got a pulled pork sandwich, but then you got like catfish,
and it was
then like
so good.
they had like shrimp tacos and stuff like that.
And then
like,
they had that fishbowl margaritas. I was gonna say that was a thing.
Or fishbowl drinks. I think they had margaritas, but the one we got wasn't.
Really, I don't.
The one
remember.
we got might have been like something like a Sex on the Beach or something like that. Or no, it was like a peach something.
Peach seltzer. No, I'm just kidding.
Peach, like Princess Peach. She was
like-
just in a bowl.
I don't know.
But that food was really good. My pulled
was
pork
really
was
good.
good. The drink was good. The drink wasn't super strong though.
No, not at all.
Because I think you and I had the majority of it, and I didn't even really get I think I got a headache from it because of the amount of sugar.
Yeah.
But, like that was about
Plus,
it.
we were kind of tired, low
We were
key.
super tired.
And
I
then,
think Dad and Libby saw that. And for those who don't know, Libby is my stepmom. She's
and
super
Derek's
dope.
his dad.
And Derek is my dad. So if we bring up those names, that's who those are.
And then, but yeah, the drinks. And then we walked through Fremont a little bit more, and we saw the concerts and stuff because it was Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, because all the like the main areas were blocked off unless you like. I don't think you had to pay for it, but like you had to go through like metal detectors and shit. Like, and we were just like not about it.
Nah, because we just wanted to explore at that point.
Yeah. And so Dad took us through some of the casinos.
And that's where we went to Four Queens and stuff.
Yep, because Four Queens is where I won like the $40 or $60 like straight off the bat.
80. You won 80.
In total, I won 80, but like
Oh.
on like it was my third spin, betting like 40 cents a spin, and it was my third spin ever on a slot machine, and I won like 40 or $60 like in one spin. And my dad like was sitting there playing a similar machine, and he spun like 10 times in a row and didn't win a cent. And he was just like, "What the fuck is happening over here?"
I just remember like it was super cool for your dad to show us like how to get the club cards and stuff. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
super
I'm
dope.
so glad he showed us that.
Yeah, because
we got so much free stuff based off of that, like when we were there.
And we it was a really cool experience. Plus we learned like, at least I did, like how to gamble through slots.
Yeah. Because immediately, if I walked into a casino and all that before he taught us and all that, I would have been like the Walking Dead machine. Let's go straight up to that
Yeah.
one. Or the Game of Thrones one, where you're betting like $1, $2 a spin and winning nothing. But he was like, avoid those. Those are like, you're not going to win as much money and all that. Like if you want to just play to win money or whatever, or play to have a good time or whatever, play these penny slots.
Yeah.
And so we were betting like 20 cents a spin, 30 cents, 40 cents a spin and all that. And we're making like decent money like playing that.
Honestly.
And even if we weren't like, it would take us over an hour to lose $20.
Yeah, for real.
So whereas
Over
like,
on those
because I
machines.
think I did go to play the Walking Dead machine or at
We
one
played
point.
when we were at Treasure Island, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember playing it and putting in like $20 and then just turning to you like 2 minutes later. I'm like, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like I didn't win shit and my $20 is gone now.
And those games, they're really like aren't that cool. Like basically what I learned
bonus
is
games are cool when you hit them.
Yeah, which is very rare.
Yeah.
But and then that was pretty much it for the
night one.
For the night one, yeah.
They kind of walked back somewhat towards the hotel. You good?
Yeah, no, I'm looking at my list.
They walked us back to the hotel, I think, and then they headed out.
And then they left,
then
and
were
you
just
and me went back out.
Yeah, we went up to the room. I think maybe I showered or something, and then we were just like, all right, let's go out and do some.
Let's walk. Yeah, let's walk around.
And I don't
some
think
more.
we did a whole lot. Just
no, I
checked
think
out
we
some of the music.
I think we just mainly saw more street performers because they really came out at night. But anyway, day 2, we woke up.
You burp one more time, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
Oh, I can't burp. But woke up. We went and had breakfast at the Golden Nugget, which was so fucking good.
That was really good. Yeah, because that was one of the places I told you, like, hey, when we're on Fremont, like, we should go have breakfast here because it's really good.
And oh my god, it was so good. And then I put on my pineapple shirt, which I got so many goddamn compliments for.
You got talked to a lot that day
about
your
a
shirt.
Pineapple shirt. I have 2 pineapple shirts. First off.
How many people do you 5, 10 people came up to you?
Yeah, it was weird.
Easily.
So the whole trip, probably around 10 people like came up to me and just be like, "Oh, nice shirt." And I'm like, "Damn, I don't even think this is that cool of a shirt." Like,
well, you know why? It's because everybody that's like a tourist that goes to Vegas, they dress up in like button-ups and tuck them into their jeans and then wear a blazer. So like, it's not often they see somebody in like basketball shorts and a pineapple t-shirt.
True,
so like, it's kind of more unique than the everyday like thing.
True.
So and it's kind of a dope shirt. It's pineapples, bro.
Yeah, too.
Now let's talk about the shirt you have on right now. Not the hoodie.
Oh, the fruit one?
Yeah, you're wearing another fruit shirt.
Yeah, we're it's got pineapples
It's got pineapples on it.
And oranges and bananas. But then we went to, oh fuck, I keep forgetting the name. It's the storage unit place.
Container Park.
Container Park. That place was fucking cool.
Container Park is so cool.
And do you want to explain what it is?
So basically they took all these shipping containers and made like almost like a square, like an octagon out of them. And it's like 3 stories of shipping containers, and people just built shops in the shipping containers. So like one of the shops is JoJo's Jerky, where you walk in, and starting on the left side, as soon as you walk in, is like stage 1 or whatever, and it goes all the way to 10, and then like danger is.
And that's
10.
like it's like a spice level,
yeah. So like you start off at the beginning with like teriyaki or whatever, and by the time you get to the end, it's like triple Carolina Reaper ghost pepper shit, like super hot stuff.
You almost got something there.
I almost got some. It was like a level 7 or level 8, and it was like called like Black Heat or something like that. It was super good. It wasn't like terribly hot, but it definitely had a good kick to it, and I almost got some.
I ended up going. I went there both days. I'm pretty sure.
Container Park.
Yeah,
because you went once without me.
Yeah, and that place was just so cool. I just wanted going on the second level.
There's like a giant playground.
Praying mantis and stuff too.
Oh, there's like a praying mantis made out of metal. If I remember correctly, it used to be animatronic and shoot fire.
Yeah, it doesn't anymore though.
Yeah, it doesn't anymore.
I think your dad told us that.
In the center of it, there's like this giant playground. So like, if you bring your kids with you, that's like one of the things that like you can bring your kids to Vegas, but like, there's only so much they can do.
Yeah,
and you can't really hire a babysitter in Vegas.
Yeah, well you could.
Can.
I wouldn't trust them. I was gonna say like they're getting sold to cholos.
So, yeah, that's kind of cool and all that. And they had like they used to have like an antique toy shop there that wasn't there, because I remember like taking you over to that area and being like, oh, look at this, and then we walked over and I'm like, well, shit, it's not.
They did
here.
have like an anime store though.
Yeah,
which I thought was cool, and that's where I picked up a couple of gifts for people. Like
I don't think I went in there with you, but
that was the day I went
afterwards.
Oh, I just remember being like, this place is so fucking dope.
Yeah,
and going on the second floor and stuff and just seeing shit. Oh,
you should see. Did you ever go at night?
Yeah, I went at night too.
Going at night there is super cool.
And then later that day, we ran into Black Batman.
Oh man, this dude was ripped. And wearing pretty much leather underwear and nothing else but a Batman mask.
And so the thing about like some street performers there is a lot of them just don't perform. They're just dressed weird.
They're just dressed super skimpy. Like you'll have like a really, 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 really large man wearing like a diaper and like a baby like headband, and like that's it. And that's his whole act. And it's like, all right, like you're like, the whole point is they want you to take pictures with them, and then they ask for like a tip after you take a picture with them.
Yeah, exactly. Which
the one guy that was super cool though, that really didn't have like too much of a talent, was the guy that was like, move me in any position and I'll stay there.
Yeah, but there was a couple of those.
Because I remember walking up to him and he had like his pointer finger out, and I remember closing his hand like that and putting his pointer finger so that way it looked like he was doing like the fucking motion. Whatever you, I don't know what you
fucking
call
12-year-old. Dude, like,
don't even like everybody around didn't laugh.
Yeah,
it was funny.
It was funny. Fucking, but there were a couple people like that. Like that was a common thing people did there, which I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. There's the guys that use the drumsticks on the buckets. Those guys are super talented, and like they usually look like they're probably not super up on their luck.
Yeah, for sure.
But they're really talented. So shout out to those guys.
But the guy we talked to was basically just this Batman dude. He was super, super nice.
Yeah.
Like I felt like if we ended up giving him a tip, but I felt like if we didn't, he wouldn't have
Didn't
harassed us.
Didn't we give him like $20?
We gave him a 10, I think.
A 10 maybe,
but
yeah.
Still, yeah.
Because I remember being like looking at my wallet and be like, I don't have any ones or anything. But I was like, yeah, fuck it, this dude's super cool, and we had a super good conversation with him. So like,
yeah,
it seemed like he wasn't really fishing for money. He just like talked to us. He complimented your shirt and then asked us how long we were staying out here and all that. And maybe he was playing us and all that up a little bit, but like, it just seemed like pretty.
He said
cool.
he worked for this company that like we actually have one in town that I work with too.
Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, what did we connect with him on? Like, you guys like had like a 5-minute conversation about that. So like, I felt like in the moment, I feel like if I don't give this guy something, like it's kind of shitty of me.
Yeah.
Like he was definitely like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he was really, really simple. Like I felt like we could have walked away and would have been like, he would have been like, all right, just see you later.
Yeah, take it easy, guys. Yeah.
Then I smoked.
Yes.
I smoked a little bit, and I went and got an Asian massage.
That's right, because I took a nap. I was like, oh, dude, I'm so tired. We woke up early, and I was tired. So I'm like, you, like, if you want to do anything, like, whatever, go ahead. And you were like, I might go get a massage. And you did. And when you came back.
Because I was smoked, and I was like, I wasn't stoned by any means, but I was like, I feel like just really, really relaxed. And I went and got an Asian massage because they had, like, a deal or whatever at the whatever we were staying at. Plus, I, like, won something, so it was only, like, $40 to do it.
Happy ending?
No, but here's the thing. So they made me strip down to my underwear, right? And they were like, just go into the room and get comfortable. So I was like, all right, dope. Went in the room, got comfortable or whatever, and just laid there. And she like came in, started talking, blah, blah, blah. Then she started like lathering me up with oil and started fucking just going to town. Started like rubbing me up. And she talked about the hot rocks or whatever. And I was like, we might skip those. And she goes, I think you can handle it. And I was like, because I don't get a fucking job. No, I'm glad she said that because, like, honestly, they were amazing.
Yeah.
She did. So she said, like, mild or hard pressure, and I said mild, but I wish I would have said hard.
No, I can't do, like, hard massages.
No. But she was like, mild was, like, almost not enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like hard would have been what you imagine mild being. That's what hard is.
Okay.
Like, just, like, the perfect just pushing the tenseness out. And then she put the rocks on, but then she put more oil on, right? And just started oiling me up. And then she started, like, oiling up my ass. And then she started, like, oiling the inside of my ass cheeks. And I was like, this chick is going for that $100 tip.
Absolutely.
And if she goes through, I'm going to give it to her.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, if she sticks a tongue down there, I'll double it.
Ben spent his entire Vegas fund on the first day.
On some old Asian lady.
Let me tell you though, when you came back up to that room and like I just looked at you, I'm like, hey man, how you feeling? And you just looked at me, you're like, bro,
dude, it was so
you
good.
were radiating.
It was just the best experience, dude. Any stress ever, like no masturbation even comes close.
I just remember you like would not shut up about it for like an hour. Like we'd end the conversation we were having, you just sit there and you'd be like, oh my god, that was so good.
Dude, I know, it was so fucking good. And then after that, I think we walked around Fremont for a little bit.
Oh,
I think I
we
might
had
have
dinner at the Four Queens.
Yeah, and then we had that weird dinner. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. But
yeah, because I had steak
and potatoes.
Steak and potatoes, and then gumbo.
Oh, that's right.
A little cup of gumbo, and that was really good gumbo.
I had just chicken, it was weird chicken, French fries, and then just some vegetables.
Yeah.
But the French fries were good, but there were so many of them.
There was a lot. Yeah, because I remember you not finishing them, and being like, "Do you want some?" And my potato wasn't very good, so I was like, "Yeah, I'll take some fries."
Dude, oh my god! But the fries are really fucking good.
Yeah.
But we walked around Fremont, did all that. And then that is the night that I went and did the zip line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
which I was there, but not there.
You were in the hotel room
the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gambled at
El Cortez.
Cortez. I was like, I didn't stay in the room, but I was gambling at the El Cortez.
Maybe we should explain what Fremont is too. Fremont is a giant imagine a giant street festival, right? That with a giant dome over it, almost like a giant screen.
A canopy.
A canopy.
A canopy that has screens on it.
And in this street, you can't drive down it.
Right.
And there's just like casinos, shops, whatever you want to call them.
Lights and all that. If you couldn't see outside the street or whatever, like if you aren't on either of the ends and you can't see the sky, you'd have no idea if it was like just starting to be sunset or sun up.
Yeah.
It's just lights everywhere.
Exactly. And there's a zip line that goes from one end to the other. And I was like, oh, I'm going to fucking do that.
You were so hyped about
it. Dude, I know. And so I remember getting the tickets or whatever, and I had to do it for like 8 p.m. or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I get up there, and okay, let me walk through this real quick. So what happened was I got up to the thing. They strapped me on. They gave me the stuff or whatever. I'm waiting in line. There's this couple in front of me, right? An older couple. The girl turns around and goes, I like the pineapples on your shirt. And I was like, of course you do. And her husband turns around and she goes, yeah, pineapples are pretty cool. Fucking
that
Jesus.
Man was like, you're not stealing my woman.
For real. And basically, they were in front of me, and then like past them was this elevator that like opened up, and then people started going in, and they weren't like paying attention. So I was like, hey, I think we got to go in the elevator. And the girl starts walking, and the guy turns around, and he goes, oh, do we? And I was like, what did I do? I didn't say a thing to your woman.
Well, told her to get in the elevator. It's pretty demanding.
Yeah, for fucking, I guess. Like, and we get up there, and there's like probably a good 30-minute wait line, like through or whatever. Yeah. Because they could only let a certain amount of people on zip line, obviously, at a time. And basically, they said, who's riding alone? Or the first people went or whatever, and then the second group only had 3. But they were like, anybody riding alone? And I figured, I was in the back of the line. So I figured, like, there'd be somebody in front of me, right? Not a single other person was riding alone. So I raised my hand, and they're like, all right, come up. And I got to skip the entire fucking line.
That's dope. I remember you telling me that.
And I was just sitting there like, damn, like, this really happened. And they strapped me in, and I did Superman style. So I'm like laying down. And like, I just remember connecting with the workers, and like the 3 ladies I was with were like older ladies, and we were all just like cracking jokes. the entire time. Like I
I
was
just
just
imagine you pulling like airplane food jokes halfway down the zip line. It's like, so how about like you just almost throwing up the entire time.
I like would ask the dude, I was like, can I use my phone? And he goes, no. And I was like, I promise I won't sue if I drop it. He goes, yeah, you might fucking kill somebody if you drop it, it lands on them. I was like, oh yeah, I guess other people exist. But I kept making jokes like, all right, I was like, I would turn to the older ladies, all right, as soon as we launch, unzip your pants, start peeing. Just like the
Immediately.
Just like, and we started joking around like with the workers. We started talking to them, blah blah blah. We all started laughing. It was good. And then I'm not gonna lie, I was scared when I got to the top. I was like, God damn, it's so fucking high.
It's so high up, and you don't realize it until you're
up there. And I was like sitting there. I was like, I'm kind of freaked out, but I was like, it's too late to turn back. I was like, I don't want to turn back. I was like, I just want to get through this. I was like, I doubt anything's gonna happen. I think it's just a fear of whatever.
Right, heights.
And then they finally let us go, right? And me and these ladies just start like losing our shit. And I start screaming to the people below. I'm like, I'm your God now. I'm your God. And the lady like next to me is like, yeah, he's your God now. He's your God. It was so fucking funny. And we all just start laughing and like making jokes. I was like, I'm going to spit down there. And they're like, fucking do it. And I'm like, I was kidding. And then we finally land. It was honestly pretty short. Like it probably took like 30 seconds. Take all the way across. Pretty cool experience though. I wish I would have been able to like film it or something, but we did it or whatever. As soon as we got off, these three older ladies are like, I don't know who you are, I don't know your name, but I want to buy you a shot. So I'm like, fuck, okay. And we went down to one of those. It's that bar that's on the end that's like outside on Fremont.
Okay.
Where like girls get up and they dance like on. It's like on the street.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Like some of
the D.
Is it the D? Is it that far down?
Yep.
It is that? Okay. Because the D's the one at the end, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really say it.
Kind of.
What's the one at the very, very end, like a little past Fremont? With that sign that said, it's good to be the mayor, but her mouth was better or something like that.
Excuse me?
I have a picture of the sign. I'll show it to you.
The shine.
The shine.
The shimmering.
Here's Jacob. We'll explain that story later.
Probably not. But
Nah. Maybe if we do one on horror movies or something. But like, so whatever, should they buy me a Tito shot or whatever from this like random street bar?
No way, I can't do it.
Tito's?
Tito's is disgusting.
See, I kind of felt the same thing, but
that
was just the first thing that came to mind. So I was like, I'll take a Tito shot.
Yeah,
and then they were like, do you want to come party with us? And I was like, I'm going to go hang out with my roommate. I was like, yeah, my roommate, we just got to meet or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I thought about it. I legitimately thought about it.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't have been mad at you if you did.
But like, they were older ladies, and I was like, I'll go hang out with my roommates.
If you had brought back old ladies to the room, I would have been like, dude, the room is yours for the night. I will find somewhere to stay.
Oh my God. You text your dad, you're like, Ben's getting old pussy. Like,
Dad, I need to stay at the house. I can't be here right now.
Oh my God, dude. It was so, I was just like sitting there. I was like, where am I? Fucking having drinks with some older ass ladies.
Well, that night was the night you came back and we had drinks at the.
That's exactly what my next was.
Go for it.
We had drinks at like the clubbish area. I don't know how to describe it.
Okay, it wasn't. It was more like a lounge. It wasn't.
Yeah, lounge.
It was a lounge. So when we got in there, I think you and I had a drink, and then this like band started performing.
Yeah,
and they were really good.
Yeah, they were pretty fucking good.
Was it a female singer or was she on guitar?
No, she was a guy singer, but some girl came up and sang with them for a
that's
song.
Right, yeah. And like they were really good. And here's the thing: it was you and me, maybe 6 or 7 other people
Not
in
even.
the lounge.
Yeah, I was just saying.
And like it was super. It wasn't like anyone was like screaming or chanting or anything. It was like they'd perform a song. We'd all sit there like nodding and tapping our feet and all that because it'd be really good. And then we'd all clap afterwards or whatever. And then like. They said something like the guy or the girl or something like that was on like America's Got Talent or something.
Yeah.
At some point. And, like, they literally, the band performed and then just hung out in the lounge with us.
Yeah.
Like, they all, like, everybody was just in the lounge. We started putting back drinks. I had, like, 4 or 5 margaritas.
Yeah.
And they were, like, they were strong margaritas.
They were really fucking good.
So I remember, like, you and me having them. And after, like, 2 or 3 just looking at each other and being like, I'm a little fucked right now. This is decent.
And I can't remember what we did after that. We walked around.
We did some more slots. Yep. We did some more slots. And then I remember just being at a slot machine by myself, and I was on like margarita like 6 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember staring at the screen like slouched over, and I'm like, oh God. I'm like, I've become this person. So I'm like, I need to find Ben. I need to go up to the room now. I am fucked right now.
Yeah, and I think I left because I went for another walk.
Yeah.
Because that's how I ended up.
Yeah, I told you, I was like, I'm going up to the room and all that. And you're like, I might go for a walk. I'm like, all right, just stay safe. I'll see you in the morning because there's no way I'm staying up.
And I ended up like at this weird place I'll describe it to you in a second. But like,
This was like around like almost 1 a.m. at this point, right?
Yeah.
By the time I went to the 1 or 2 a.m.
yeah, I think it was right before 1 a.m. because I think the arcade closed at 1 a.m.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was around 1 a.m. But it just ended up at this little baby arcade that was like in this circle of stores.
Yeah, because that's over by the Denny's, correct?
Exactly, it was right past the
So
Denny's.
this Denny's, by the way, you can get married at this Denny's. Like legally, you can have your wedding at this Denny's.
Which is lit.
That's awesome.
But
So Ben and I got married,
video coming soon.
and then very promptly after divorced.
At IHOP.
The only place.
But I started walking this arcade and
National House of Prenups.
damn. We earlier that day we saw that little girl singer. Do you remember that? The little black girl?
I think you went somewhere else than I did. Oh!
Yeah,
Yeah. Her dad was just chilling next
in the back,
to her.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she was at the arcade. That's that weird kid I was talking about. It was her spending her winnings at the arcade. But like her parents had them and were like giving her like a percentage of it. I was like, damn.
That's kind of fucked.
Your management sucks.
They should talk to you about your management.
Your management can ground you.
I mean,
But anyway, so yeah,
I'm Benji's manager.
this arcade was really, really cool. I spent a couple bucks there, but they could only take cash for some reason. I only had a couple bucks on me. So I spent a couple bucks there. Didn't win anything, but I was just like sitting there. I was like, this is such a cool little place to be just hidden in Vegas. Do you know what also happened earlier that day in that little area? Remember we saw that like dude die?
Oh my God.
I totally forgot about it until I just started thinking about where the arcade was.
That happened on the strip.
Definitely happened here.
Mm-mm.
What are you thinking of?
The dude dead on the ground.
With the wife next to him?
Nope. He was alone.
This dude had a wife next to him. I'm pretty sure you were with me.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, we saw 2 people die.
That is crazy. I don't remember the one you're talking about.
Really? It was on that, like, we were going down a staircase, and we looked over the side, and the dude was just, like, there. And we were like, what the fuck?
What staircase?
I don't know. It
Was that at Treasure Island?
So, you know how the strip has, like, those bridges that go across the road?
Yeah.
It was going down one of those staircases. I remember looking over the side with you and being like, what the fuck? But, like, everybody else was there, like, looking as well. And, like, everyone else was just like, yeah, like, he's fine. He's just, like, cracked out or something like that.
Uh-huh.
But, like, yeah, I remember looking at you and being like, what the fuck is that?
But I remember, like, this was, like, cinematic.
Yeah.
Because this
was terrifying.
And it was,
kinda.
like, in a weird location because the wife was just sitting there and be like, I forget what she was saying, but she was, like, grabbing him, shaking him, and be like, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. I was just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, should we tell somebody what the fuck is going on?
But I think I remember, like, us, like, seeing him, like, breathe or something like that. And, like, being like, okay, this is super weird, but, like, he's okay. Not okay, but like, alive. So we were like, let's just get out of here.
Yeah, I was like,
this is getting weird.
This is getting, like, past our zone.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like
I totally forgot
dangerous.
about that.
So did I. The thing that made me think of it is that the arcade is right near there.
Yeah, I do remember what you're talking about. Because it's right, you know what it was? It was right outside that
Nemesis.
Give me a second. Tattoo shop.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about tattoo shop.
Oh, my God.
The titty shop. All right, but that was basically it for day 2. Day 3 was probably the most eventful day in Vegas, which we did not realize until we started, like, thinking about it. So, we woke up.
Didn't really do anything. We checked out.
And then
Dad and Libby picked us up.
And we went to that bear place, which was one of your favorite
Black
places
Bear
to
Diner,
eat.
which is the best place to get breakfast.
Ever?
In Vegas.
Oh, I was going to say.
In Vegas.
Maybe
ever.
Do we want to talk about the waiter?
The waiter was a dick for no reason.
There was, like, nobody in the restaurant, and he was just being obnoxiously, like a dick to us.
We were an inconvenience to him or whatever. Like,
and we asked him to bring us water.
like, okay, so here's what it was. Was he set down waters and all that, and Grandma hadn't gotten a water yet. And so Libby said something like, we need one more water for her. And he goes, yeah, that's fine. And then grabs, like, my dad's water and gives it to my grandma and just walks away. And I'm like,
and then was like, oh, sir, we still need one more water. And he turns around and he was like, all right, calm down. Like, I'm getting it. And I was like,
yeah, dude, we're your only
customers for
and
real.
You're fine.
Like, I was like sitting there, and I said, one of my jobs is I'm a server. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, this is not bad. Like,
no.
And these people aren't, like, they're not asking a lot.
Yeah, we were literally asking for water at that point. And then, like, he even got, like, snippy with the meals and all that. Like, he started to, like, give me, like, your meal or something like that. And then, like, you said something about, like, oh, I think that might be mine and all that. And he's like, all right, just take it then. or like
Yeah.
maybe it was my dad's meal or something. But I was just like, dude, like just chill.
Yeah, for
We're
real.
being perfectly
And this
civil
isn't
over
in the
here.
part of Vegas where you're meeting a lot of
No,
dick
this
people.
is like actually in like the neighborhoods,
Yeah.
like over towards
Vegas.
where like my dad lives.
Yeah.
So like,
But
you
anyway.
wouldn't find a normal tourist there.
Exactly. So and then right after that we went back to your dad's house.
And we had maybe one of the best
Conversations
conversations
ever, and it was
ever.
so dope. Like honestly,
For,
that
like,
was one
multiple hours.
for multiple hours. It was you, me, your dad, and your stepmom.
There was funny stuff. There was sad stuff. There was like
We just talked about like what we want to do with our lives, and they talked about like how good they feel like their lives are now, and it was good to see like a working marriage.
yeah, absolutely.
And then
You
they
and I aren't very accustomed to that in our lives.
fucking and then we start like so there's a sex story called the pterodactyl story, which we'll explain on the podcast one day, right? And they like asked us about it because and I was getting ready to tell it to them, and then your poor innocent little grandma
My
walks
lovely,
out,
wonderful, beautiful grandmother comes into the room.
and then she goes, "Oh, can I join you guys?"
And I remember me looking at you being like, Ben, don't you dare. And
me looking back like, "As a
I have to now.
because I'm like, now they all want to know, and so I tell the story, and everyone laughed, but I was
Grandma
just,
even laughed too.
Yeah.
Grandma found the humor in it.
but I was just sitting there, and be like, I really just fucking said this.
Basically, without giving away too much of the story.
No,
the
we'll
story
save it for another-
involves
we'll save it for
the
another
story
time.
involves Ben having sex.
Yeah, exactly.
With someone. So telling that story in front of my grandmother, going into detail, was hilarious.
Was interesting.
So funny to me.
But yeah, that was one of my favorite parts of the trip. Honestly, was just sitting there
We
talking.
talked about my brothers. We talked about the rest of my family. We talked about my dad's like health conditions and whatnot, and issues with just stuff.
Yeah,
So-
struggles.
The struggle.
But then we left that after a couple. I was in some beautiful neighborhood, by the way, too. It's like right next to the mountains.
yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah. Because I remember like stepping out on the driveway and just looking up and being like, "Oh my god!"
Like you get to wake
this
up
is
to
so
this.
cool.
Yeah.
And those cats got fat as shit.
oh yeah, Guinness and
Whiskey.
Get us some whiskey.
Get us some whiskey.
Right after that, we went to that weird like Yu-Gi-Oh shop, a card shop.
We play
thing.
games.
Oh, is that what it's called?
We play games, and it's spelled "we" as in WII, like
Yeah.
game console, which terrible fucking marketing. I'll tell you that. But it was dope. It's one section of the store is dedicated completely to board games. One section of video games. They have like pop figures and collectibles there.
So
and
many.
then this whole section for just card games.
Yeah, and it's so.
Not only do they have like every like booster pack or deck you might want for like Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, whatever. They also sell like individual rare cards. Like they had like a whole like 16-foot section that was like just shelves and cases of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That was like they had cards worth like $2 or $3. They had cards worth fucking $500 for one card. It was just super cool like seeing it because we're both nerds and we both like Yu-Gi-Oh. So.
Yeah, such a cool shop. I ended up buying like a pop figure of a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Just
you bought a couple pop figures.
yeah, the
bought
other ones
two.
were gifts.
Yeah.
Bought pop figures. I don't think I bought any cards, to be real with you.
I don't think either of us did.
I think I bought just pop figures.
Yeah.
But it was just such a cool shop, and I was like sitting there, I was like, oh my god, like if I go to Vegas again, like I've got to go here.
Yeah, for sure.
But then we drove to the strip to get dropped off, and your dad told us the story of him taking edibles.
Oh my god, that story was so funny. I think word for word at one point he said he felt like he was paralyzed from the waist down. And we were cracking up the entire way there. And I remember looking over at you being like, I have no idea. What, is everything good? Yeah, just keep going. Okay. All right, cool. I remember just like laughing so hard and looking over at Ben and being like, is he really telling us this story right now? Like just casually as if he's not talking about his dick not working anymore. And how high he was.
Yeah, I was just, and like he felt like he was paralyzed or something. I was like, what the fuck?
So funny.
Then we get to the strip, and I'm just like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I told you. As soon as you're up next to one of those buildings and you just look up out your window, you're like, how do you build something that tall? Like you don't see it until you're there and you realize how big these buildings are.
Yeah,
they're massive.
and it's just, and it's even cooler at night.
Yeah,
but I was just sitting there like, God damn! Like, well, when we got there, my first reaction was like, I can't wait till it's nighttime to see all this shit.
Yeah. And I remember, so we got to Treasure Island, which is where we stayed. Treasure Island was awesome.
It was such a dope hotel.
I would highly recommend anybody stay there. It's in a really like perfect
Good location.
the room was really nice and all that. The room was fairly cheap and all that. We got like a BOGO deal, so like buy one night get. So we only paid for 2 really.
It was really, really cool. And we went in and we checked in, and I wrote the chick who checked us in a note, and I put it on her notepad. And it said something, if you're reading this, Benji hearts you. And then I said, P.S. God is dead, or some shit like that.
Yeah. Because you put P.S. God is dead on like the back of it. Because I remember you showing me the front and being, I was like, Ben. And you said the next time, I'm like, Ben. You can't just do that.
Fucking, oh my God.
So we check in. I think that's when Dad bid us farewell for the day.
I think so too.
So we went up to the room, and I remember as soon as we walk in being like, oh, this room's super dope. And then opening the curtain and being like,
the view.
Oh my God.
Fucking God, yeah.
So I paid a little bit extra for the room to get us a strip view. Oh, we paid a little bit extra to get a strip view. And it was worth every penny.
So dope. Such a dope. Like, you could see all the way down the strip, at least from that, like that
Treasure
way.
Island is technically in the middle of the strip. But in my opinion, like, half of the strip is like, it's fine. Like, I think the other half had, like, maybe the Aria and the Cosmopolitan, which are nice hotels and all that. But, like, the places that everybody, like New York, Caesars, Luxor and everything is on, like, the other half. So, I'm sure my dad will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But, like, so outside this window is, like, every other super nice, like, hotel right outside. So at nighttime, everything was lit up. We got to see, we saw the volcano.
Yeah, just from our room.
At the Mirage, which is the first place that was, like, right outside and all that. Like, just a great view of everything.
It was just such a dope fucking view. We sat there, we looked at it for a little bit that night. But after that, we walked through the strip a little bit, and we ended up in the fountains for the fountain show.
Oh, at the Bellagio.
Which is super, super dope.
We saw that twice, yeah? No?
I mean, through the whole trip?
Yeah.
I think we saw it a couple times, because we also saw it with Don.
So yeah, definitely twice.
But yeah, it was super, super dope. The song that we watched was a Bruno Mars song.
Yeah.
Which I want to say you said it was better than the times you went prior.
Yeah, the times I went prior, like, the songs just didn't really match up well. But, like, it's still super cool to watch and all that. But this one was, like, really... Because there was also an EDM song. They did, like, an EDM song, and then they did, like...
Bruno Mars.
And the EDM one was really cool.
I thought both of them were just so
Yeah,
fucking
both of them
cool.
were really cool.
And then we went back to the hotel, and we did, like, our first night of, like, real gambling, I guess. I guess actually Four Queens, yeah, I'll say.
Didn't we also go see the Caesars show? Caesars Palace, the animatronic?
That was another one. That was another night.
That was another night. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the next night.
Yeah, that's when we did.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
that
I was just saying. I'm like, we definitely went down to Caesars because we went through the Bellagio to look at all those shops, like the Gucci store and all that. And then we saw the fountain show, and then went straight from the fountain show to Caesars.
Yeah.
And that's when we saw the animatronic show, and we went through a couple shops there. So Caesars is really beautiful, but we didn't really do a whole lot there.
It's a good if you're like really into shopping.
Yeah.
There's like, but they also
like high end shops.
I was gonna say they have like Gucci and stuff
like
there,
Louis Vuitton stores and all that, and yeah.
So, but it's also cool to just to walk through. I guess.
Yeah, the whole thing is supposed to be designed like ancient Greece. So
it's interesting.
Ancient Greece,
Rome, as I say.
Rome, fucking Jesus.
Fucking, but we went and we gambled that night, and we went on a fucking winning
we won
streak.
So much.
We
combined, we probably won
like $200.
Yeah, easily. Which I know for some people who spend like $10,000 in Vegas, that's nothing.
But we put in $20.
We put in $20 each, and we walked away with $200 total between the two of us.
So it was pretty.
And we kept having good drinks. I kept drinking Jack and Coke.
Yeah, I think that's all I drank too.
Yeah, I think I might have had like a vodka lemonade or something like that at one point, and it wasn't very good, so I just started ordering Jack and Coke.
We did that, and I found this one game with cats. I think it was.
Fuck you.
That I don't know why. I literally could be losing at every other game, and I would go back to this game, put in my card or whatever, and just instantly win everything back double and everything like that. And I was just like, "What the fuck?"
And then I you got off it for a second. I was like, "Let me try," and you got off for a second. And I put in like $10, lost $5, and just cashed out. I was like, whatever, it's a penny slot game. I'm not playing this anymore. You put in and won like $20 in the first spin. I was like, fuck you.
It was such, and like that was my go-to game. Like anytime I start losing.
And then the Wolf Run game was for me.
For the first night, right?
Everywhere, whenever I played the Wolf Run game, I won. Like I just kept winning on that game. So I was like, I'm just gonna go back to this.
Wolf game, yeah.
Because it was the same thing as you with the cat thing. Is I'd lose a bunch of money on something else. I'd go back to the Wolf game, win it all back.
Yeah, fucking. Oh my god! And then we found this Halloween game.
That was so much
that
fun.
both of us were winning. I think you definitely won more.
Yeah, because I kept hitting the bonus games.
Yeah, and then
You'd get like the pumpkins were wild, and the pumpkins would fill up this meter, and then but like there was no like set limit for the meter. Like you could get 2 pumpkins in to trigger the meter, you could get 50 in to trigger it. So like I just kept hitting the bonuses with the pumpkin and all that, and getting free spins and all that. At one point, I won like $20 or $30 on like one bonus game, which was dope. But then I didn't win for a while, and then I won it all back again. And so yeah, no, that game was super fun.
So, dude, it was such a good. And when we were playing that game, we had an audience.
Oh yeah,
people started coming up and
we kept
like,
getting the bonuses like one after the other. So like I'd get one, and then like a minute or two later you'd get one, and then I'd get one, and then I'd get another one, and then you'd get one. And so like people were like watching us, and like at one point like someone was grabbing me on the shoulder, being like, "Let's go!"
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Okay.
It was a little hype crew. Oh
yeah,
my
no,
god,
it was so cool. Not gonna lie, the whole time people were like standing there, though, I'm like holding my wallet in my back pocket. Like, fucking nobody better touch this shit.
And then after that,
those machines had wireless phone chargers.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
that was sick.
Mine
Oh
didn't
yeah.
work, though. I think yours worked and mine didn't, or maybe vice versa.
Yeah, it was something, but
like you could like set your phone on it and it'd charge your phone. Like casinos are designed very intelligently.
Yeah.
Like no windows, no clocks. They have built-in phone charge. So like you could be there for what you think is 30 minutes and you're there for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And you're gambling money and money and money.
And oh my god, then we went and had In-N-Out Burger. Actually, I think we had that earlier before the gambling, but that's okay.
So, it was definitely before the gambling, but it was so good.
Dude, In-N-Out is kind of like it builds up, or it's worth the hype.
Best fast food you've ever had?
I think so.
Yeah, because I would say it is.
I'm probably not thinking of something, but it probably is.
Yeah, for me it is.
At least fast food burger wise.
So good.
Oh my god! Like I just remember, like people always hype up In-N-Out, and I mean, if it's down there for sure, I'm guessing it's gonna get stale after a while. But like, oh my god, if they, dude,
this has been 8 or 9 months since we went, and we still to this day just randomly look at each other and be like, man, I could go for some In-N-Out right now.
Dude, for real, I wish we had an In-N-Out here.
So good. We've both said we understand why our friend Sean was almost about to drive to Oklahoma just
for In-N-Out. So we went and did that, and it lives up to the hype, is what I would say. And then after that,
we got a table too, which was nuts.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
the line went out the door.
Yeah,
every table was packed full. There were strangers sitting at the same table.
And I talked to a worker, and he said like they were like laughing and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, is this like super busy for you guys?" He goes, "Oh no, it's Monday." He was like, "This is slow for us," and I was like, "Holy fuck."
Yeah.
But then, oh my god, dude. So I don't know where you went, but I went for a walk. I think you went back up to the room to call Emma.
Yeah, probably.
So, and then I went back out and talked to 2 different hookers. 2 different fucking hookers, yo. So the first one, I'm just walking past the link at this point, right? Super, super dope hotel. Walking past the link, and I always have like one earbud almost out just so like I could hear stuff. And all I see is this card that passed me. It's actually on the wall right next to us. This card come in front of my face.
The one with boobs on it or the one with ass on it?
Neither one. The one left to it.
Oh, the one with the actual phone number on it.
Yeah. The other stuff
name?
is just
Lisa?
strip club. Yeah.
Lisa, enjoy your stay. Did you enjoy your stay?
I did.
Good.
She licked my ass.
Good. What?
I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. No, but like,
we'll never know.
No, I remember she puts the fucking thing in front of my face, and my first thought, I don't even look at her, I don't even acknowledge her, and I didn't bring my wallet just so the temptation wouldn't be there. So I literally just like look at her. I said, "What's this for?" And she goes, "For when you want a blowjob." And I'm like, "Holy fucking shit! I'm keeping this in my pocket just in case."
I would love one.
I was like, "Oh my god, that's disgusting." Shuffles it in my pocket. Like
immediately starts typing it in his phone.
Dude, I was like,
put it under the contact name just in case.
I was just so shocked that she literally just said that, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit!" I just kept walking, didn't acknowledge her. I ended up walking like a different way on the way back, just so I wouldn't like accidentally pass her.
She's like, "You ready?"
And she's like, "You ready?"
Was she a fucking alien?
She's like, "You want that?"
Unzips dick. Ow!
Unzips dick. Unzips dick.
I said what I meant.
I said what I meant. Fucking, and then on the way back to the hotel, I look. So I have this thing like if I pass you and we meet eyes, like I'm gonna smile at you. So I meet eyes with I meet eyes like a fucking psychopath. I meet eyes with this black chick on the fucking crossroad or whatever. I just look at her, smile. I look away. I look at her and it's like we meet eyes again. So I smile and then she turns around or whatever. She goes, "What's all those smiles for?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, just I don't know.
Happy.
Happy guy. The LSD kicked in. Fucking no, I was just sitting there. I was like, oh yeah, like like it's something I do when I see people. And she was like, oh, like how long are you staying here for? Like what's up? Why are you staying here? And I was like, oh yeah, like me and my roommate doing a trip, blah blah blah. Like we're having a blast. He's just up in the room right now. And then like we're just talking for a second just about that. And I was like, she was like, oh yeah, like I'm doing this and that. And I was like, have a good night. As I walk away, she was like, so you want to take me to your room? And I was like, nope, and just kept walking.
No.
No, like, no, thank
Still
you.
smiling like a psycho.
Thanks for the offer, though. We meet eyes again. I'm like, just smile at her.
Hey.
All right, but we are at 55 minutes.
Oh my God. This is gonna be a long one. Fuck.
Oh my God. Holy shit. But yeah, so we are gonna cut this one off.
Yeah, do a
So
part 2.
We'll do a part 2 talking
Absolutely.
about day 4, 5, and 6. Introducing Don to the story. So Don
We're
is
getting
somebody.
to you.
But yeah, this is the 50/50 podcast. Thank you for listening. I'm Benji.
Peace out.